Today is one of our favorite days. It's been so long since we have had a PowerPoint day. We are going to tell you everything you need to know, everything we found in our deep dives, all of Taylor Frankie Paul's men.
Hey y'all, quick note, Wyatt here. The audio quality from me is not the best this episode, and unfortunately, next week's episode as well. Listen, I'm gonna wear this one on the chest. My mic is due for an upgrade. My internet connection was bad. I'm gonna wear this one on the chest. No one feels this one harder than I do. Okay, it's not terrible. You can still process the episode and go through the PowerPoints and still read the slides, see what's going on with these men. I promise you, by Taylor Frankie Paul's first episode, this will be fixed. I will fix this. That is my oath that I swear to you, the listeners. Unacceptable. Unacceptable on my end. So just bear with me. I'm sorry. And enjoy the PowerPoints.
Michael, what does PowerPoint Day mean to you? This is like, I get excited. This feels like Christmas for me. What does it mean to you?
It means so much. Oh, and nice haircut, Michael. They all said in unison. That's what all the people are saying in unison right now.
Live chat. Everyone's going crazy. Like, oh, fire. Yeah.
Fire emoji. I love
fire emoji's going crazy.
And this is the genesis of the season. Like, this is where it all starts. It's like an NFL combine that's happened last week in Indianapolis. You know, you get to see them. It doesn't mean everything at all, but at the same time, it kind of does. It feels like it means everything right now. You know, just because they're not on our screens yet. So.
Yeah, I love this day because there's small little nuggets. Not everything we say in this episode will withstand the test of time and we'll thinking about in 2 months, but there's going to be 2 or 3 pieces of like evidence, whether it's a bad Instagram caption, whether it's a former baseball team you played for, whatever it is, it may stick with you. Like Austin, let's shout out Austin Ott. A couple of years ago, we had an old Instagram deep dive of him. He played for the Liberal BJs was the name of his baseball team. And I will never forget that. So you never know what's going to stick. Yeah. So the way we treated this PowerPoint, we did draft grades. We are in combine season, draft season. So we decided to give draft grades to these men while we did our deep dive. So we will present in 2 parts. So this episode you're watching right now is part 1 through the first 11 men in alphabetical order. And then next week, same time, we will go through the rest of the cast. So before we dive into our boys, let's remind ourselves who the leading lady is. We have Taylor Frankie Paul from the lovely franchise The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. She has 3 seasons out currently of that show, soon to be a 4th, I believe next week. Sometimes they are churning through these seasons. It's actually ridiculous. But season 4 is coming soon, which I think is going to be a little lead up to this season, because I think they're going to talk about the whole process of her being cast as the Bachelorette, which we've talked about a ton, is a very different move for this franchise, a wild left turn. So we're excited to see this out. He has 3 kids, one named Indy, which I keep forgetting. Shout out Indy, Ocean, and Ever. How would you power rank those names? Based off, it's not the kids. We don't know the kids. We want to keep them out of it, but those names.
Sadly, I mean, Indy's for sure 1. That's actually Indiana is on my baby name list for a future girl, little Bailey girl. Ever, I'd probably put 2, honestly, just because Ocean just doesn't feel like a name to me. Can't really
I concur.
Name with Ocean. Like Oshi. I don't know. I like Ever. That's cool. It's simple. I don't love it, but like I would never ever.
You would never ever.
I would never ever. But I think Indy's cool. Assuming it's short for Indiana.
I don't think that's the case. Probably not. But I do agree. Indy 1, Ever 2. Ocean is one of those 2-syllable words that doesn't feel 2 syllables. It feels longer than it is. So I don't know. Ocean might have to grow on me. She has 2 exes, 8 ex-husband, and Dakota, who is one of our favorite people in the reality TV world, her ex-boyfriend.
Which He'll show up.
We probably should. He's definitely going to show up at some point during the season. So maybe we'll do a little extra slide. We'll put him. Oh yeah, if Matt show, they're going to bring in X's. This season's going to be incredible. I'm excited. Some key highlights from her. She is 31 years old. Her occupation I put as creator of Mom Talk. I'm not even joking. I just copied and pasted that from her Wikipedia. That is her listed occupation. So I think it's official. Creator of Mom Talk, which I know that was a huge argument, I think, or it was the leader of Mom Talk they were arguing about, but Taylor Frankie Paul officially the creator of Mom Talk.
I mean, I don't see anybody else in Mom Talk being the Bachelorette, so
it's a great point. That's it.
She's the head of snake.
All right, so now we're gonna do a little by the numbers here. Two numbers I want to point out. For the first time in a while, we have 0 same names. So there's no like initials. So I said rip to the initials. There was always like a Dylan B, Dylan D. They could still do the initials.
Yeah, it's for vibes.
I don't know, but not. But there's no same names. And then this is the kicker, Michael. Do you realize it has been 622 days between Bachelorette premiere dates? By the time the season airs, it'll be 622 days since we last had a opening, like a premiere. Jen's premiere would have been 622 days ago.
It was like July of 24.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that crazy? Look how far we've come. We've been deprived of phenomenal TV for 622 days. And guess what? We've been through the fire. We went through a Grant Ellis season. We don't get enough credit for that. Let's pat ourselves on the back. We went through the Grant Ellis season. That's real hard work and dedication. You deserve this. We deserve this season, truly. To the right on the screen, I have a graph of Taylor Frankie Paul's cast by location. So as you can see, I don't know what jumps out to you, Michael. We have 32% from California. The next highest is a tie between New York and Utah, Tennessee with a slight edge, and then the rest of just one person from Florida, South Carolina, Texas, Indiana, Georgia, South Dakota. Anything jump out to you from the locations?
I mean, I'm not surprised with the Utah number. California, I guess that is a little shocking, but California is a huge state, and I feel like Bachelor Nation always has a giant presence in Cali, for both North and South Cal. So that doesn't surprise me. New York, that's up there. So nothing surprised me at all, actually.
I was a little surprised by no Illinois, no Chicago. They usually dip into that pool a bit.
It doesn't seem very Chicago. It's because I didn't
South Dakota. That's true. South Dakota represented. I know we're going to shout out Indiana, which has rarely been represented, but South Dakota, I feel like, I mean, that's never on the board. Never someone we think about. So shout out to South Dakota and represented here.
Yeah.
Here's our full roster. So this is from oldest to youngest. We're going to go through every single one of men as we go through this PowerPoint. We go oldest to youngest, and rounding out our oldest contestant, Matt, the 43-year-old. That's our Indiana boy. That's our hometown hero. The man Hoosier State will root on the screen this season. I didn't realize he was the oldest one. This is news to me. I didn't realize he was 43. What do we make of this? Is this older and wiser, better chance of moving on, or are we worried that he can't keep up with the young guns?
I think it's too old. One, Taylor Frankie Paul has a young soul, I think, for her age. It's just too old. 43 is too old. If there was a draft, he wouldn't be near my bid board, even though he is a Boilermaker.
True. And then the youngest we have is we have a cohort of 28-year-olds. I believe 6 of them. So a lot of 28-year-olds. Pretty old cast. Usually they sprinkle in a medical student who's 23, 24. But yeah, they're skewing old this year. I guess Frank Taylor is
She's
31.
3 kids. I feel like they would.
I think the kids is the kicker. Having kids, you're not going to put a guy freshly out of college be like, hey, you ready to father 3 kids?
I think they set a very hard 28 is the youngest we'll go.
Which is why they stacked 28-year-olds. They're like, we need as many 28-year-olds as possible. You're going to be the younger you are, the dumber you are in the show. That's
28-year-olds.
They need
You're gonna have a ticket to paradise. If you're a night one or night two, it doesn't matter. Ticket to paradise.
100%. All right, Mike, are you ready to dive into our fellows here? Are you ready for some?
I'm excited to present.
Are you ready for the boys? All right, I am going to start out here. We have, hailing from Utah, we have Aaron Kang, who is a cooking influencer. I'm calling him Korean Michael. He's a positive, very upbeat, happy-go-lucky guy, medium king. I see a lot of
positive. I'm a hater. I'm a negative.
Maybe not the positive. Maybe not the positive. The medium king and the cooking influencer screamed Korean Michael to me. So I got a lot of Michael vibes from this guy. I want to say this. I like Aaron. I like Aaron. He's fun. He's energetic. Mm-hmm. He uses social media as a positive influence, not just like, hey, look at me. We got a lot of gym rats in this. Maybe it's just my group, but not a, hey, look at me, look at my six pack. Aaron is having fun with it. So I appreciate Aaron. He is PR trained. There's a huge gap in his Instagram page from May 2019 to July 2024. Nothing. Ghost town. He deleted them all. There's no way he went 5 years without posting. So smart, PR trained. He knows what he's doing. He is a Seahawks fan.
So maybe like some to guess, not to like shout out Rachel Cook Arnold, but maybe deleted some like frat photos or something like that, you know.
Mm-hmm. And smart, because I found some unbelievably funny old Instagram posts from some of these guys. So Aaron, I don't think I have very much. I do have some old photos that we're going to talk about soon. Seahawks fan, I forgot to delete that line underneath it, but he is a Seahawks fan. So congratulations. He just won a Super Bowl. We'll see if he can get another ring this spring. He did do a 30-day cardio challenge on TikTok, which he lasted 7 days. He did stop after day 7. So that has me a little scared of his ability to commit long term. Mm-hmm. I mean, he didn't make it through a fourth of this challenge, which is tough because it's just a cardio challenge. I believe it was like, I don't know what it was, honestly. I can go back and look at it, but it was some kind of cardio challenge. He was posting day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6. Guess what? Day 7. And then like 8 months later, posted random TikTok. So he only made it to day 7, unfortunately.
Maybe PR train. Maybe day 8 and above. It was crazy.
What could he possibly have done during a cardio challenge that would have canceled?
I don't know, doing some hateful cardio. I can't give you an example, but I don't know.
I can't process what that could look like, but he did not make it to day 8. My counterpoint is committing very strongly for a short period of time, kind of perfect for the show. Yeah. So you don't have to make the full 30 days. If you commit for like 7 days and go all in, he may be able to end up on top. Now let's get to a little bit more about Aaron. So in February of 2015, Aaron went through a tongue out in pictures phase. These are not the only examples. There are several others.
22 years old.
That would be, he's 32. That's 11 years. Yeah, so he's 21, 22 at this time. February 2015. Listen, I'm not here to judge, even though that's probably what we're going to do a majority of this episode. We all have a go-to picture pose that we go, especially around that time frame. You're in college, everyone's taking photos, fraternity party, college party, whatever it is. You have a go-to, like toss up the deuces, or just like, I don't know, whatever it is. You have a go-to move. Aaron's happened to be the tongue out. This is it the best move? I don't think so. At least he's consistent. So he showed up consistently with that post. He got out of it though. I haven't seen this since this page. He is big Mormon. I would put him in the big Mormon category. There is, I found his Twitter. He was live tweeting a LDS, which I believe, not an expert, stands for Latter-day Saints.
Correct.
He was at a conference around this same time, which is where these pictures were taken, 2015, 2016. He was live tweeting this thing like he was Adam Schefter during the trade deadline. He's tossing out tweets, hashtag LDS conference, hashtag LDS, hashtag I love Mormons, hashtag Mormons. He's tweeting like crazy, just throwing out hashtags like we would in 2015. Yeah, it was a long time. You got it. Like hashtags were huge back then. I think they were just invented.
Like,
so
his religion can change in 10 years. Like he could be less religious now, less Mormon. I don't know.
You're right. He could be less Mormon now, but at the time, a decade ago, big Mormon guy, big Mormon history, background, big Mormon background, we'll say. So overall, I like Aaron's vibe a lot. I gave him a B. Is he a great fit for Taylor? I'm going to need to see more. I'm really glad he got out of this phase, though. This was a tough phase to be in. But for the most part, I'm happy with Aaron. So it's solid B for Aaron. Any thoughts on you before we move on?
No, I think he's a solid way to take things off. I don't know if I'm seeing a ring,
That's true.
Him and Taylor wifed up. I think that the tongue out phase might be too much for her to overcome from.
Yeah, no, that's a big setback, but I believe in him. So we'll see.
All right. So this is my first guy, and already we are starting off with some absolute heat, some absolute lore off rip. So we got Brad Ledford, right? So he is a self-proclaimed cowboy entrepreneur. I don't know about cowboy. He just like rides horses and takes shirtless pictures on horses. I don't really know what cowboy actually means. I don't think he owns a farm or anything. Maybe he does. He's an entrepreneur because he invented tequila, a brand of tequila called Havana. Okay. So he's the founder of a tequila company, which cool job. Being an entrepreneur for a tequila company, that's lit. That's lit. Cool job. And I think that maybe means he's on ranches because tequila and agave, maybe horses, ranch. Maybe that makes sense. Faith and fitness. He's very big into faith and fitness. And I'm saving the lore for the last point I speak of, but big into faith and fitness. Kind of got Austin Hot vibes from him. Used to play baseball in college, very, I think still very big active into his faith, like not just like back in the day. I think he's still very active with his faith. So seems like a great guy. Now, this picture below, it's our man, Brad Ledford, and then this guy named Madison Cawthorn, which I don't know if you guys have heard of Madison Cawthorn before, but he was one of the youngest congressmen in I think the history of the US, but at least North Carolina. This was like 10 years ago, like, I don't know, maybe like 8 years ago, he was congressman, and he's 29 now. He's the same age as Brad, I think maybe a year or two older or something. But when they were in, I believe it was high school, it was 2014. So yeah, I think that's high school. Maybe it was early college. They were driving back from spring break. And this is from what I've been seeing on People Magazine, everything like that. I don't have really hard sources, so don't take my word on it.
People's a much better source than we are. So that's
debatable. That's debatable. All right. Okay. That's debatable. But he was driving, and Madison Cawthorn was in the passenger seat with his legs up, and he was sleeping. And I think Brad also maybe started to doze off a bit, and they kind of veered to the right and got into a crash, like rammed against the thing on the side. But it was a huge crash. They were going at a big speed. So big collision. There was flames. And because Madison had his feet up on the dash, it got like crushed, and he became paralyzed. And now Madison uses a wheelchair. And
I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, yes. He's the congressman with the wheelchair, very young. It was kind of big news, I think, when it was a thing like 4 or 5 years ago. He is Republican. He kind of I'm not saying he uses his being in a wheelchair as like to his advantage, but like he talks.
It's an identifier.
He talks about that experience, and like obviously Brad's a big part of that experience, but there's some big controversy because next slide.
Okay.
Wait, is there not a next slide?
There's not a next slide.
There's not a next slide. I thought I added more about this People magazine, or at least a link to it, but I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it off the dome.
What a fake out.
What a fake out. But okay, no, next slide. I really thought there was a next slide. Wow. Because I thought I had a picture of the crash, but maybe I could.
I'm glad you don't. I'll say it.
The story is kind of, there's different opinions on what actually happened, because the day of, Madison's dad was calling Brad, oh, he was a hero, my son would not be alive because of him. Like allegedly Brad
pull him out of the
so like they got into a crash and Brad couldn't get out the driver's side door, so he had to go. Madison was knocked out and he had to like punch through Madison's side of the door to like get out there, and then picked up Madison. Him and a bystander picked up Madison to like save him to freedom, because like literally the thing was on fire.
I would say hero. Yeah, I'd put that in the hero category.
I would put that in hero too. But what's a little controversial about this was later in college, Madison was running for student body president or something in politics and student politics, whatever, because he was always going to get into politics. He used that story and was like, I was left for dead. Like my best friend at the time just left me and like didn't say anything, and I was left for dead. And somehow, like by the grace of God, I was, granted life and everything like that. And it kind of uses that as, I've had a lot of hardships in my life, which I'm not discrediting that he obviously had a lot of hardships, but there's definitely mixed opinions on this story, right? But a lot of people are saying that this story has two different sides, because at the time of that speech in college, Madison Cawthorns and his family were suing Brad's dad's insurance company.
Whoa.
I know. Well, because obviously he got paralyzed from a car accident. So he was suing let's say State Farm or whatever. So it was a giant lawsuit, obviously. And so he was saying all these outrageous things like, I was left for dead, I was about to die, because obviously you probably want more money for your lawsuit, I would assume. Again, I wasn't there. I don't know anything that happened. But at the time, Madison Cawthorn's dad in the hospital was saying Brad was a hero. And then later in the speech, Madison's saying, hey, I was left for dead. Brad got really offended by that. Apparently that was a big point in their friendship, because Brad didn't think he left one of his best friends to die.
How do we get here? I'm seeing a picture. I'm looking at a picture of them looking buddy. How do we get here, Mike?
How do we get there?
Let's get it happy.
Yeah, they had a huge divide after that speech, and there was a lot of beef between them. He was like, yo, man, like, what the hell? Like, I didn't leave you for dead. Like, you're saying bad things about my name. Like, I don't like that. That's disrespectful. And obviously with the lawsuit, I don't know exactly. They were not ever, I think, best friends again, but they've made up. They've talked since then. Madison Cawthorn still hasn't publicly said that story was fake and that, like, he wasn't left for dead. He hasn't publicly said that. And Brad is kind of still, I think, a little upset that, like, he's never gone out and said it, just because Brad's on Team Madison. And it seems like Madison needs to publicly say, like, hey, Brad actually, like, helped save my life, not leave me for dead. But then it's like, then you lied. And in politics, he's still in politics. So it's like, that's a lot. But they're buddies again. Allegedly, Brad was in Madison Cawthorn's wedding as a groomsman. So they're still good buds. I don't know how close to this 2026 they are, but this was all a long time ago, but as of 2022, I think they've made up a bit. So,
all right, that's a lot to take in here.
That's the first guy I started with too. I dove into that article, like 4 articles about it, and I was like, I'm not doing anything else.
So here's a few thoughts. One, you would assume, based off the information you provided me, I have not looked into this whatsoever. I'm going to assume they got a nice little payout from this insurance lawsuit.
Yeah.
And given their relationship now, and that he still hasn't publicly come out and said anything like this wasn't true, do we think there's some money under the table? Be like, listen, Brad, I'm sorry, I lied. I had to get us some money.
Allegedly, there was obviously some lawsuit with the insurance company, but what I saw The big lawsuit he lost against the insurance company, Madison, California. So I don't know. They still was a payout, but I don't think it was all that huge of a thing where there's money on the table or anything. I think it's just at some point water under the bridge. But
I don't think I could ever let that be water under the bridge. If I was an actual hero and I say, Mike, all right, here, how about this? Let's make a pact right now. Something catastrophic happens with us. Can we, no matter how either of us responds, we should both be on the record and say the other's a hero. Even if I chicken out and get scared and run away like a little baby, I run away. I want you on the record to say that guy right there, hero. I'll do the same for you. You can run away.
Valor. That's stolen valor. I'm going to say you're a hero if you're a hero. Like what? I'm sorry, no. And if that were to happen to you, I would, hope that in this situation, I would step up and be a man and step up to the occasion. And I hope you would.
I'm letting you off the hook now. I'm letting you off the hook now.
I'm not letting you off the hook. Don't let me off the hook. Save my freaking life.
I'm letting you. I'm letting you off the hook from saving me. You can run away. Save yourself.
No.
Be with the kids. Be with Nancy. You're gonna Nancy, little Theo and Elliot by themselves.
Who the hell are those people?
So that's your wife and your two kids in this situation. We're much older. Not like much older.
Nancy, Elliot,
Theo and Elliot. They're not. They're twins. They're not identical.
I'm naming my kid after a freaking Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Which one? What? Oh, Theo is it? I was thinking Theo Epstein, and I was like, wait, I don't want to think about Epstein.
Telling you both that too. True.
Okay. Anyways, sorry, we're off track. I was letting you off the hook. All right, fine. Now I will never. If you did something like this, you're on the hook. But if you did something like this and like I lie about, I would never. If you lie about me being a hero, I would never talk to you again. Friendship over. Done.
Yeah, they've probably made up in private, but like I would want it to be public, especially with now Brad is on the public scene again. If he makes it far, that story is going to be really brought back into light. I would think. I would hope so. Agree with me.
But you gave him an A, so you feel good about him?
Yeah, I do. I think good age, 29, cowboy, good fun job. Seems like a great guy, and good looking dude. He's fucking jacked too. He's jacked.
They all are. Yes. Speaking of jacked, that's a great transition. In my next man, we have Brandon. We have our South Dakota representative from Spearfish, South Dakota. Tell me that's not the most South Dakota name you've ever heard. Spearfish, South Dakota. That feels made up. He's a loan officer. He's 28. I said Brandon, more like Brandam. This dude is jacked. This kid is absolutely shredded. And he knows it. There's a difference between being that shredded, not knowing it. He knows it and he flaunts it. And honestly, he's at the point where he's so jacked, it would be wasteful not to flaunt it. So I kind of understand the picks, even if I've never been a big fan of him. He's a former linebacker at Bowling Green. So naturally, I have his stats and some picks on the next slide. He's a tattoo artist. He's done all his tattoos himself, which is pretty cool. He has 2 kids. So we could have some blended family here, 5 kids running around, maybe a cute little family. I do want to give him a big shout out because he has a fan page, Brandon Purse _1AU, follows us on Instagram. So big props to Brandon. He definitely bumped up a grade. I'll say he's probably in the D category for me if his fan page didn't follow us. So shout out to him for having a fan page and shout out to them for following us. You're like one of the followers.
Do we think that's just his burner account?
No, it can't be. You don't do a burner that's so closely related to you.
Is he like famous though? Like, how does he have a fan page?
They created one and they followed 5 people. It was Taylor, Frankie, Paul, The Bachelorette, The Bachelor, Brandon, Happy Hour, and us.
Dude, like that's gotta be like his burner or something, or somebody close to him. I don't know. Wait
till you see these pictures of him. Maybe some ladies just like, I love this man. All right, here we go. This is our Brandon Purse. So we have there's unlimited abs there. And he has the quote, "Back day gives you wings." Kind of hilarious. Again, he's hot and he knows it. He's jacked and he knows it. We get it. So there's a picture of him from Bowling Green. We can go through some of his stats here. He in 2019 was the season he played the most. He started all 11 games. He finished second on the team and 10th in the MAC with 100 total tackles, 46 solo, and 7 tackles for loss. Had 2 sacks, a team high 2 interceptions. Not a great interception team. 2 pass breakups. Tallied 7 tackles and a half sack in a victory over Morgan State. Recorded double-digit tackles 4 times, including a season-high 15 tackles at Kent State. Made 9 total tackles and had a pass break at Notre Dame, which is not the only time Notre Dame's going to be mentioned during these bios, actually. Notre Dame football specifically. And they made season-high 9 solo tackles at Western Michigan, finishing the game with 14 total tackles. Had a season-high 1.5 sacks in a victory over Akron. Now, Michael, the big kicker I want to point out here, he had 2 career interceptions. I could not find tape of either of them. Okay. But he had 2 career interceptions. The first one versus Miami, the lesser one, Miami of Ohio, which can't say lesser now because they're undefeated in basketball, but in football
Still lesser
terms.
than the Miami basketball this year too. So
okay, let me give them some credit. They're undefeated. Good for them. Shout out the MAC. He had 1 interception versus Miami of Ohio. They lost 44-3. His other interception versus LA Tech, they lost 35-7. So I'm connecting the dots here. Maybe him making plays and stepping up and intercepting, not a good strategy for the team. So how does this translate to the Bachelorette? Should he be the one to, hey, can I steal you for a chat? Intercept Taylor Frankie Paul. The survey says not a good strategy for him. So I think Brandon should sit back, make the play that comes to him. Don't go try to play hero ball and make picks because it may have a good moment in the sun, but overall you're going to lose the game. So Brandon, learn from your past, learn from football. Don't be intercepting any time with Taylor Frankie Paul. That's my takeaway.
true.
And dude, look how jacked this dude is. He looks like Thor.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's jacked. Yeah.
Ridiculous. All right, moving on.
Dude, I mean, it could be roids, but low key, he's probably on roids in that Bowling Green picture, and he still looks freaking jacked. So maybe he's just been that guy.
Yeah, no, I think he's just that guy. Probably a little bit of roids, but still that guy.
Oh, Casey. This guy's also fucking shredded. I don't know if I have any pictures of him shirtless. I did that with some people, but I don't think I did that with the first few. But yeah, his name's What the Hucks. His last name's Hucks. Nashville guy. I guess this wasn't that crazy, but Taylor Frankie Paul liked one of his TikToks. I mean, liked one of his Instagram posts. But I guess she's been doing that with everybody, I think, so far. So maybe that's not. I didn't
look.
Maybe that's not. I didn't really find too much about this guy in terms of his background and personal life, but he is actually shredded. In 1 year for Halloween, he went as Colonel Mustard Sanders, Colonel KFC chicken guy.
Nice. Good for Casey. I will be in Nashville this weekend, so I'll keep an eye out if I have any mechanical engineers that are also jacked and that can pull off a decent Colonel Sanders. I'll keep an eye out.
There you go.
Wait, what was your grade for Casey there? B.
Okay. Just because he's so fucking shredded. I was like, I mean, he's shredded, 30-year-old. Seems like she'd be into him.
I think we're gearing up for an all-time Bachelor Bowl, by the way. We have some muscle.
There's only 22 of them. So if anything, that'd have to be like right off rip. Like that'd have to be like the second or third group date. And I think there's a lot older. There's a lot of hoopers, though. There's a lot of hoopers.
A little older too, so I'm like worried about maybe some Achilles, some ACLs. Got to be careful.
They're all on steroids and peptides, so they're got strong muscles.
All right, let's talk about Christopher here. Christopher is an interesting one. So first of all, I would like to point out 2 things. His Instagram handle is 100 Ways to Live, using the numbers 102. He's 35, business owner. He's from Vacayville, California. I want to move to Vacayville. That sounds like a made-up Simpsons type California city that we can just go for a vacay. I didn't know this place existed. I have no idea where in California Vacayville is, but I want to visit. It sounds incredible. We should relocate this podcast to Vacayville. So that's one thing I would like to point out. His podcast, yes, I said podcast. He hosts a podcast, is also titled 100 Ways to Live. I want to point this out. It is not on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, but it is on YouTube. A little behind the scenes here. It is so easy to post the audio from a video podcast on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. It is so simple. It's like 2 extra clicks. That's lazy in my opinion. Just lazy. I don't know what his thought process is there. He hasn't posted a new episode in 6 months, which I'm not going to get too hard on him for because I don't know what his rules are regarding filming and if he can even post podcast episodes before the season's out. So I'm not going to judge there. And also game recognized game. We're in the same industry. We're coworkers technically. So Shout out to Christopher. I believe that's what he means by business owner, which is a little bit of a stretch. Like would you consider us business owners?
Yeah, I mean, if at the end of the day, I think like every person in itself is like every like human being is a business, and if you like own yourself and own your life, you can be considered a business owner.
You too can own a business one day if you look inside, love yourself. Love that. No, it's a great message. He loves his hair, and I don't know a better way to say that. You'll see on the next slide just how much he loves his hair. It's probably a little weird. I just had to side note at this point, all these dudes lift like crazy because every dude I was researching is just totally jacked. Christopher is not an exception there. Also, he's a military vet. So thank you for your service. Would you like to thank him for his service as well?
Thank you, Christopher, for your service, fellow coworker, business owner.
Yes. I also created a house rule. I don't know if you want to sign off on this as well, that the lowest we can score military vets are a B. I'm not going to go lower because I respect troops that much.
Went lower.
No, it's still a B. It's as low as
lower than B.
I meant overall the B category.
So B minus.
Like I mean, it can't be a C. What I meant.
Say lowest, you can B minus.
Because you know what I meant. Anyways, I did give him the lowest B possible. I gave him B with minuses. Let's take a look at some of his Instagram pages. So, a lot to take in here. I'll walk you through it. On the left here are different screenshots from videos about him and his haircut. One talking about the power of a haircut. One talking about the power of a hairstyle. And my personal favorite, little Instagram reel about after a haircut on a random Wednesday. Because what else do you turn on the Instagram app for? You know, I'm scrolling through my reels. I'm like, I wonder what my boy 100 Ways to Live is doing after a haircut on a Wednesday. So again, loves his hair, probably in a weird way. Now let's get into some of the Instagram pictures. These are two of the stranger ones that popped out at me. The first one, he's talking about his vascularity, and he showing off the veins in his forearm. Also had to make sure the abs were in there as well. And his caption is, vascularity is a direct reflection of your diet. I cut dairy out of my diet about 2 months ago, and my body fat percentage has dropped so fast by almost 4%. Drink lots of water, at least a gallon a day. Being lean is usually the trick. Check out those veins. What are your thoughts on his vascularity, Michael?
Some nice veins.
Yeah, I don't know what the intended response is. I honestly wish I would have checked with the 2 comments on the video. Are they like, hell yeah, brother, keep the veins up? Like stick veins. I don't know. I've never seen someone check DMs. We would like to sponsor your veins. Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen someone flex their veins before, so maybe he's going for a new angle. Again, I love entrepreneurs. He's a coworker of ours, what's the word I'm looking for? Colleague?
I mean, coworker, colleague, same thing. But
you're right. We're all in the podcast business. And now the next one. Mike, would you like to read this one? I don't know. Yeah. I feel like your voice fits this a little bit better.
Hey girl, you're looking fine today. Just because you're not where you want to be does not mean that you're not already good. You're
Fact.
beautiful. You're sexy. You're attractive. More. Hashtag
I think
changes. Hashtag I can't. What is it?
hashtag
Bodybuilding.
workout,
Hashtag
hashtag
workout.
bodybuilding, hashtag
Hashtag
muscle, hashtag strong.
muscle. That seems like what,
Yep.
2016? Like a 20,
I
no,
think
that
it
seems
was
like
around
a 14 post.
Yeah, that's the beauty of having an older cast. We have guys who've had Instagram when they were a lot younger, or like before Instagram. I don't know what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? The people
Yeah,
who were
we
like,
were still in the iFunny age. We were still in the iFunny age. They were in the Instagram
Mhm.
age already. They were posting on Instagram,
Yes.
not iFunny.
yes, they're posting memes and stuff on Instagram. We thankfully skipped that. We never really got there. We had the edge of it,
Yeah,
maybe,
I remember posting memes on Instagram.
but maybe
Yeah,
we're smart enough to
yeah.
move on and
I was
leave
smart
it.
enough to make an Instagram account. Yeah.
I do want to give him an opportunity to raise his grade. So right now he is a draft grade of B minus minus minus. He does have merch that says 100 ways to live. What's yours? If he sends us some merch, A minus. Let's not get crazy, but A minus. We'll bump his draft grade up. We can be bought. We're a
What are the 100 ways?
If yeah, I think that's the point. Is like there's probably more than 100. So I don't know why we would stop it. There should be 1,000 ways to live. I would argue there's unlimited ways to live.
Clock it.
So yeah, that I didn't get great vibes from. I don't even remember his name. Just 100 ways to live. Christopher here from Vacayville. What do we got from Clayton here?
Okay. Clayton. So his name's not actually Clay Watch. His name's Clayton Johnson. So I don't know why his username is Watch on Instagram, but it really threw me for a loop. When I saw some websites calling him Clayton Johnson, I was like, what the hell? Does he have a stage name? And I'm like, wait, it's probably just a different username on Instagram. And I thought he was big into watches. But no, I still don't know why it's Watch.
It could be like we're on Clay Watch, like we're on Record Watch.
Wow, yo, Baywatch. Oh, like Baywatch, Clay Watch.
Oh, it's probably better.
Yeah,
it's probably
the
Baywatch.
The dude's ripped. They're all ripped. Nashville country artists. He's got pretty catchy tunes. I don't have one ready, but should I play 5 seconds so we don't get copyrighted?
Yeah, sure. No, if he wants to claim this video, let him. But I would love to hear some tunes from Clay Watch here.
50,000 monthly listeners. Like he's open for some pretty big artists in Nashville. His biggest song is called good. Howdy.
Called Happy?
Howdy.
Howdy.
Like good catchy music, you know.
Shotgun beer, horse, girl in the back front seat in my truck.
Yeah.
Good old fashioned country. Love it.
So he gives a little pick me vibes. Like he would say, like he would pull out the guitar at the party, you know. He'd be like that guy, like, can I play you a song?
I wanna push you around. Yes, I will. Yes, I will.
But yeah, like in a way that's kind of male manipulator. That's just the vibe I'm getting. I'm probably wrong, but you know, I judge people. You know, this is the point. We don't know it. We're allowed to judge it with no restraint and just be mean, which is fine. So big. This is the biggest fact, and this is probably why he's the most famous, and probably why he's on the cast. Realistically, he's Lana Del Rey, ex-fiance, which I know I spelled Lana Del Rey's name wrong. I realized that after, but I didn't go back to fix it. Lana Del Rey, big singer. I honestly, I hear the name a lot, and I'm like, I don't really pick the points.
I'm
like,
so with you.
Like
I have no concept. I have no concept of Lana Del Rey. I know she exists. I know she's a female artist that people like. I don't know a single, and I could be wrong. I could be offending a little bit of our female audience here. I don't know a single person who says Lana Del Rey is their number one artist.
No, I think she has a very niche group. I've been on some dates with
I
him.
don't.
It's Lana Del Rey, and that's Lana Del Rey only. She has
The
a
vibe.
click. Like she's a strong niche.
What's the vibe of that niche? If you've interacted with them, I don't think I've met any Lana heads.
I'm not still dating them, so
What's the vibe?
I don't know, like toxic, brunettes. Which, hey, not a bad vibe. Not a bad. One of my favorite vibes, honestly. One of my
I was
favorite
gonna say, I thought that's your type.
That is my type. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm just saying. I've been on a lot of dates with toxic brunettes, and there's just maybe toxic brunettes like Dawn Del Rey. I know she's brunette. Maybe I don't know if she's toxic, but they were only together for about a year-ish, maybe a year and a half during 2020, 2021. So pandemic love. They were allegedly engaged. I don't think this has been confirmed, but she had some public photos that were circulated that she was wearing an engagement ring during that time. But regardless, they broke up, called it off. And then next slide.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no way.
I'm going to change the slide. On the right is Lana Del Rey and him kissing, and Clay kissing, people.com. And on the left, he like played with Sabrina Carpenter. I don't really know the context. This was back in 2016. This is when that giant 2016 trend was going on Instagram a few weeks ago, and I was posting from 2016. This is the picture he posted to flex that he was with Sabrina Carpenter at the time. I don't think he was like dating her. They were just performing together. So, yeah, that's cool.
Well, I would hope they're not dating because he's what, 36. She's 20. She's our age. She's like 26. She looks like Girl Meets World. She looks like Girl Meets World era here. So like I assume he's 10-ish years older than her.
Yeah, she was probably fresh 18. Yes. What's Sabrina Carpenter's age? Should I throw her at the end?
I would guess 27. 28.
Oh my gosh, 26. She's my age.
20, I crushed that. So in 2016, she was let's do that math here, Michael.
She was 16.
She was 16. She's 16 in that photo.
So they weren't dating.
So, yeah.
They weren't dating.
No, confirmed. I'm confirming everything. They're not dating.
Hopefully.
I would also like to hopefully confirm that they are not dating in that photo. Lana Del Rey, they look like they're dating.
Allegedly engaged for a bit. I don't know, but broke up. And that's how people know of Clayton Johnson, I think. He's referred to as Lana Del Rey's ex-husband.
We have some insight from producer Lizzie here. We do know a Lana Del Rey song. It's that Summertime Sadness song. I got summertime sadness.
This song came out
that
like
one.
2014.
2016, I think.
Really?
Same year that Serena was at the Disney Awards with Clay Watch here.
Yeah, that's how they met.
Maybe. All right. This is a good one here, Mike. We got a good boy.
I see the picture. I'm just like, I hate him. I hate him.
No, we got a good boy. This is good. Conrad's a good boy. Good boy.
Okay.
So,
but he's got a punch. I understand that, right? He got a punch.
I know. I understand. I understand where you're coming from. Face is very punchable. Name a little punchable too. Conrad.
Yes, Conrad's a very punchable name.
And I know we have the Summer I Turned Pretty fans who are probably mad about that, but Conrad in a vacuum is a punchable name. Punchable face too, but hear me out, Mike. Let me sell you. He's a former Stanford kicker.
Kicker? Let's go.
Calm down. I'm talking D1 pack power 5.
I'm being serious. That means he's probably not like jacked either. He's probably just like a normal guy.
Yeah, no, he's a chiller. He's 101 from PATs. Never missed. Undefeated in college. Never missed a PAT. Come on now.
52?
I'm getting there. He lettered in soccer as well. So he was at football, kicking everything right through the uprights, and also lettered in soccer. 2-time team captain. That's a character move. That means, hey, high character. We like this How many college kickers are captains on their team? I don't know any statistics that whatsoever, but I would guess not that many.
Actually, probably.
I don't know. Maybe more than I think, but I thought that was important. Like time team captain, that's nothing to laugh at. Career long 52-yard field goal. Doesn't have a mega leg, maybe they ask him to take much in college from much distance. He does have a game-winning field goal versus, at the time, top 10 ranked Notre Dame Irish. As I mentioned, we're going to talk about Notre Dame football again. I do have a video of this if you would like to watch. Like, do you want to watch the highlight reel?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a second to pull it up. I'm gonna have to remove that. All right, here we go.
There.
Can you see that okay?
Yeah.
Kaiser, bootleg, flag on the play. Kaiser gets in, touchdown Notre Dame. He's been brilliant. He's in the slot at the top of your screen. Hogan looking.
Chris Hogan, Patriots wide receiver. That's Chris Hogan.
9 seconds left. A 26-yard gain.
Right?
Conrad Ukropina.
There he is.
The win.
Man. Nice. Deshaun Kaiser. Nice. Wow.
Absolutely drilled it right through the uprights. Shout out to our boy Conrad Ukropina is the name. What a moment. But it has to be he has a lot of photos of that moment, him being lifted up on his teammates' shoulders during that. All-timer. That rocks. A little bit more about him I would like to talk about. Let me pull it back up. All right. So the other thing to know about Conrad is he's not great with women, and he knows it. He's one of those guys who knows, hey, I'm not the guy who's going to go pick up the girl at the bar. He has podcast clips posted on his TikTok about how he can't talk to girls. I don't know where the origin of this podcast is. It's him talking to another girl in like a Zoom setting like we have now. I don't know if it's his podcast. I don't know if he was a guest on the podcast, but he was talking about, for a few clips, how he just struggles with the ladies. Which Conrad, hey, hold your head up. Hey, Chin, you are a outstanding former college kicker, and we got you back. My player comp for him, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I think he's a whiter version of Dylan Barber. Now, I know Dylan Barber is already white. I think Conrad is a whiter version of Dylan Barber. Now, just let that sink in a little bit. I don't know if I'm able to say that, but just let it sink in a little bit, and then that'll give you a good idea of what I think Conrad is.
What's the background with the name Ukropina? What heritage is that?
I don't have country of origin.
Okay. I mean, I feel like if you have a last name like that, that doesn't, No? Okay.
Yeah,
you're right. My guess would be like Turkish, maybe. Yeah, that sound right?
Lizzie, can we get a check on that? What the history behind the last name Ukropina? Thank you.
Ukropina. Oh, it could be like South American, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. So we'll find out there. Now, I do have some fun photos of Conrad, which really sold me on him as a person. Because I would say the image you get right now from just this, maybe kind of like dweeby a little bit. Like he's a kicker, like a great kicker, but you get maybe a little dweeby. This guy's got a sense of humor. This guy can kick it with the fellas. So obviously there's the one picture of him celebrating at Notre Dame Stadium. Pretty sick photo. And now let's take a look at his senior quote. So Conrad Ukropina, his senior quote was, "You got to keep your priorities straight. First comes your education, then comes the babes." Well said. Said Conrad. Well said. I can't believe they let him do that as his quote. Education first, second. He's got his priorities on straight, Taylor. He's not there. He's not here to win Taylor's heart. He's here for an education first, and then maybe win Taylor's heart. This is a straight shooter. He knows what he wants. He knows what his priorities should be. I can appreciate that. And then the third picture here is him with his Beat headphones around his neck, holding a bazooka with the caption, "Now she want a photo, you already know."
That's
I
the
mean,
motto.
come on. Have I sold you on Conrad here? I give him
A plus after just saying like he's bad with women is kind of crazy. But
he's an A plus for me, not for Taylor. I give him an A plus.
Yeah, he seems like he's gonna be. I don't think there's gonna be a lot of another person in the cast like Conrad. So I think he should be good TV. Which I think I saw him in one of the previews. Like when I saw that face, I was like, I remember seeing that face in a preview. I was like, I remember that punchable face.
Yeah. No, I like this guy. We're gonna bring in Lizzie. Hey Lizzie. Sorry, I'm gonna unmute you for a second. You have the background on his last name here.
Yeah, so the background that I found, according to Google, it is Eastern European.
Okay.
So like from Slavic origins, and it was likely derived from the word ukrop, meaning dill.
Dill?
Yes,
pickle?
dill. Yes, like a dill pickle.
Okay. I don't know what we should do with the information.
Should
Like,
we call him
does it
Dill?
give you-
It is
I kinda
believed to be
love
an occupational name associated with agriculture, farming, or the cultivation of herbs. It's found in Croatia, Ukraine, and as an immigrant surname in the USA.
Okay.
Okay, but Mike, now you process all that, look at the picture of him and the bazooka again, and tell me this isn't the coolest guy in the cast. I feel like you're not appreciating the bazooka enough.
I think there's a lot of cool guys who are coming up. I'm not willing to give out
Okay.
that title yet. I'm not willing to give out that
Fair
title yet.
Hey, but guess what? He's got his priorities straight. First comes the education,
And babes.
then the babes. Educated first, then babes. All right, thank you, Lizzie. Appreciate it. All right, moving on. See you soon, Conrad. Dougie Doug, welcome back.
Oh man, yeah, no, Doug Mason. This is like I remember first seeing a TikTok when the cast got released, and everybody was just saying, "That dude is Dakota. That dude looks like Dakota. Like if she's got a type, Doug is the type. He's the type." But yeah, Dakota Part 2. He fits the Dakota type. He's got the brunette, attractive dude, beard. He's got the eyes. He's also, very fit. Definitely in better shape than Dakota, that's for sure. But he's the next great Bachelor Nation artist. You already did a video on this. Found this little TikTok from not too long ago. It was like May 25. Show me how you move like that, or something like But he's got a few songs out. His name on Spotify, I think, is something else, which I'll get to in the second slide, because I had to mention it because he changed his username to Doug Mason from something else, which was the username in the second slide. And I think it's PR trained why he did it, but I like the name in the second slide a lot more. It's more fun than just Doug Mason, his normal name. But yeah, he's an outdoorsy guy, very big into fashion. He does some modeling, lifeguards, hikes a bunch. He puts fits together, and he like has a very aesthetic Instagram, I would say, like posts, with his fits and shit and like all that. Now in San Diego, he's doing some commercial acting, modeling, and of course, he's out there saving lives.
Saving lives. Ocean lifeguard, one of my favorite occupations. He's very specific. Not pool lifeguard, not lake lifeguard, not pond lifeguard. This is ocean. Do you know how big the ocean is, Mike? That's a lot of ground he has to cover. So
yeah, I mean, 70% of the ocean's not even explored, or 90% of the ocean's not even explored. So he's still got a lot of work to do.
I was gonna say, is Doug slacking on the job? There's so much ocean that we don't even know about. Like, Doug, what about those parts? But I digress. We'll move on.
Next slide.
Oh man, what am I looking at?
Yeah, so his username on Instagram, that was it until like a few weeks ago, like recently changed it to Doug Mason, is Toned Boned. I don't even know what to think of that. Is it like toned like is it short for like what's boned? I don't know. I feel like we have to refer to him as T-bone or boned.
T-bone.
I like boned. I just like saying toned boned. Like that's toned boned. That's TB. That's toned bone.
I'll call him toned bone the entire season, if you will.
Toned bone. That's toned boned. that's kind
Toned
of,
bone.
kind of a mouthful, I would say. But
We can go
that's
T-bone. Do you want to go
why-
T-bone?
or T-bone. Yeah, we can do T-bone. That's probably why it's actually maybe he actually gets called T-bone. The Way Freestyle. He's got a Spotify. I think that was just a picture on Instagram. I don't know if that's still there. Let's see if it is though. Toned
Toned bone.
bone.
That's incredible.
Oh wait, The Way Freestyle has 89,000 plays.
Whoa.
Yeah. So like kind of like the same vibe music as Grant's going for a little bit.
Yeah. Way
we'll
better name. I'll say this. If Grant Ellis had a name, if Grant was Toned Bone, I think we would have had a totally different reaction to Party Girls.
True.
If he dropped Party Girls
As Toned
like
Bone.
featuring Toned Bone or like as Toned Bone, I would have been all in. If he did like an alter ego, that would have worked. I think that was Grant's biggest mistake, not being Toned Bone.
And then
What is this picture I'm looking at?
He was a model for a book cover by a book called Lessons in Heartbreak by Carla Sorensen. He was just the model for that book. So he's just got his name on a book. He didn't write it or anything. He's just they were like, this guy's hot. Let's have him be the cover of the book. So
Is it a self-help book? Like
I did not read the book personally. I have not.
Lessons.
I'm guessing
That's
it's like
him on the
it
cover?
looks like a girly book. It's by Carla Sorensen, which obviously I know authors, and she probably writes girly books. But yeah, he's just the cover, which I thought that's pretty cool. Just like another modeling job, but kind of a different one because your face is on a book that you didn't write. So
I'm pulling up the book now because I do read books. It's a romance novel. Oh, it's like a fiction novel.
yeah, so maybe the author wants you to like envision him as the lead role in the novel. I don't know.
Okay. Kind of bold move, I feel like, as an author to like give you an idea of what the main character looks like. Because usually I feel like you want to play with their imagination and let them run wild. But
then what's
the
cover? What's the cover? Just a blank fucking page?
Not every cover is a picture of the character. And it almost never is. What do you mean? Read one book, dude. Pick one book up. Nope. 0 for 1.
Oh, you want to know?
0 for 2. Yeah. Show me a face. Show me a face for character. Guess what? 0 for 3. 0 for 4.
Oh, yeah? Look at this guy.
Yeah, this is the Tim Tebow.
The Movement. The Nathan Fielder book.
Oh, nice.
David Goggins.
Okay, I'm not talking about memoirs. But anyways, all right, move on. Shout out to Tone Bone, T-Bone, Dougie Doug. All right, honestly, not too far off from the vibe getting from T-Bone. We have Johnny LaRosa here. Johnny, in his Instagram bio, refers to himself as Johnny Biceps. Immediately out. I'm out. I'm out. Right now, you can go to Instagram. Everyone listening, please do so. You can type in Johnny LaRosa. And the first line, season 22 at Bachelorette ABC. The second line, Johnny Biceps with the flex emoji. And I get it. I think he's playing a character for the next point I have. He's a member of the Cosmic Chili Peppers. This is the first ever Cosmic baseball team. Michael, remember going Cosmic bowling back in the day where everyone's neon? You know what I'm talking about? Did you ever go Cosmic bowling?
Yeah, but so what happens? You just like...
So it's just like a neon printer exploded. Oh yeah, and they play baseball. It's basically hey, Savannah Bananas minor league team. Like what if we were the Savannah Bananas and we just didn't go bananas, we just went neon instead. I have a picture of no, actually I don't have a picture of what it looks like. Everyone just Google cosmic chili peppers. You'll get an idea. Everything's just neon. I'll see if I can find a picture. It's very weird. I couldn't get a vibe from this at all. It's Cosmic Baseball League. Everything's just neon. So everything is just like those colors the whole time.
Okay.
I don't know if they play it indoors. I don't know quite what it looks like, but it's very strange. I don't have a good read on it. Again, it feels like the minor leagues for the Savannah Bananas. So I'm not high in the Johnny Biceps train. Again, because he's self-claimed. Here's my issue. I want to call him Johnny Biceps ironically, but does it work if he wants to be called Johnny Biceps? Like,
no, we got to call him like Johnny Triceps.
Yeah, like Johnny.
You got to call him like Johnny Quads and just like be like,
Scrawny.
Do you skip leg day or no?
Or like Scrawny Johnny. Let's say he doesn't have biceps. It's called Scrawny John.
That would piss him off so much.
He's so pissed.
Scrawny Johnny.
Oh, little Scrawny Johnny coming on the screen trying to win.
Really frame mogged by the ASU frat leader.
Bad day to be clavicular. Johnny Biceps is pulling up to the mansion.
Johnny Biceps is frame mogged clavicular. Where were you?
Chester maxing.
Johnny Biceps frame mogged clavicular. I hate the internet.
Oh no! When did Johnny Biceps Chad maxing at the mansion? Oh man. Okay, I'm done. Let's move on to his stats. Again, wait. Let's point out one other thing.
You don't have a picture of his freaking biceps?
No, sorry. I'm not giving those biceps the light of day. You can look up his biceps if you want.
It's call yourself Johnny Biceps. Like, you got to have the biggest biceps in the world.
Dude, he does not have bigger biceps than Brandon here.
And me?
Not even close. I mean, he's got decent biceps. I'm not gonna like discredit. Like, I'm not into bicep shame, which I might do anyways. But you can't be Johnny Biceps and not have the biggest biceps in your class of contestants. Brandon is frame mocking Johnny here with the biceps. He's bicep mocking. I don't know if I'm using these terms correctly. Sorry. What's the bicep grade you would give?
I mean, they're like he's a big dude, but his biceps for his size are like normal. So I feel like I was expecting like his biceps being so abnormally bigger than the rest of his, like, not proportional, but I mean they're pretty proportional. But
solid, just decent biceps. The one thing I want to point about Johnny, having your occupation be something you used to do, not a great look. Former pro baseball player, like not even you're currently doing. He could have said,
he could have
like current minor league.
He could have put something else, and then like the Bachelor people were like, it looks better if we just say like you were used to be a baseball player. That'll get more eyes and stuff, you know?
Right. I guess they didn't want to explain what cosmic baseball was. So they were like, we're just going to put former pro baseball player. Let's talk about stats. So he only played in the minors. He was for the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. He had 1 career win, 1 career loss. ERA, this is the kicker, 12.72. Tough to make the majors. You ain't getting called up with numbers. Sorry. 12.72 ERA. Johnny Biceps not throwing enough heat to get outs. He had a decent amount of strikeouts, 41 strikeouts. And then
do you think after every strikeout he had like a celly where he'd go like, I'm Johnny Biceps. He sounds like Johnny Biceps sounds like a villain or like a hero in like a kid's story. Like, oh my gosh, it's Johnny Biceps, like the Crimson Chin, you know? It's
Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, or Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, and it sounds like the worst like Jersey Shore character. He does have an old Instagram post that I thought was funny with the caption, which by the way still has the copyright logo over the picture, which is the most 2014 photo of all time.
Yeah.
And the caption reads, "There's a storm coming that the weatherman couldn't predict." Kind of goes hard.
21 comments. All the comments are like, bro, you cooked with that one. Like, bro.
Cooked. Dude, cooked.
That was
Went crazy.
fire.
Like rain and lightning emojis. Just going crazy. I love old Instagram captions. And I think we're only getting more and more as these casts begin to be released. But that's Johnny Biceps for you. I'm not loving the vibes I'm getting, but you know what? Maybe I'm just a hater for the Cosmic Chili Peppers, and I can be convinced.